Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. If this is your first time, welcome. It is Wednesday, June 2nd today already. We're already into June, and it's actually almost 12 o'clock noon today already. I want to bring you along on a bit of a day in the life, I guess, for me. This is one of my days off from work, but anybody who's a busy mom or a work outside the home mom or both knows that days off very seldom are actually truly days off. It is almost noon, but I have already been doing some things around the house already this morning. Not a ton of housework yet, but I did have some appointments. I had a doctor's appointment at 8:30 this morning by Zoom. That is over and done with. That's a standing appointment I have on a regular basis. And then we're getting our upstairs bathroom painted by somebody in the next few weeks. And so the fellow that's doing that, he came by this morning to have a look at what all is needed and to give me a bit of a quote on that. We're in a rental house, so technically we probably shouldn't be the ones having to do this, but it is just such an eyesore. We're just going to get it done. I don't know if I'll show you a clip of what it looks like or not, because, you know, as much as I would like to think that nobody will judge, I'm not a big fan of how it looks, and I'm not sure if I want to go there. But basically, the ceiling fan in that bathroom wasn't very effective for quite a long time, and so there was a lot of humidity, and it caused a lot of the ceiling above the shower in particular to start peeling. So it's just a complete eyesore, and you can even see under spots under some of the paint that is peeled or flaked off. You can see that some of the drywall under there has actually started to crack. So rather than replace the drywall, they're going to try and see if they can scrape it down, scrape the old paint off this weekend, and use some kind of compound to like repair the drywall, and hopefully that'll be sufficient. And then that might even take a second coat of that, I'm not sure. And then probably next weekend they'll paint the upper part of the walls and the wainscoting like down below, and then replace the baseboards as well in there. So that'll be the main thing. That's going to be a bit of a big job. It won't be cheap, but at least it'll look a lot better because it's such an eyesore. I mean, with COVID, we can't really have company in our homes right now anyway. But when we are not dealing with a pandemic, I do like to have people over in our house and host dinner parties or what have you, or barbecues, and people need to use the bathroom. And it's an embarrassment the way it looks to me. And when we always use our side door to come in the house, and when you come in, that's the first thing you see. You stay straight up those stairs, right into the bathroom is like a beeline, right from one of the first things you see when you come in the doorway. So time to get that done. It's been getting like that for quite a while, so now it's time to finally get that taken care of once and for all. So it'll be a process over the next couple weekends, but at least it'll finally be done. Anyway, now if you have been to my channel before, you will know that I've kind of messed around with my channel name a few times. I've had a hard time knowing what to call it. Sorry, I don't mean to keep shifting around on you here, but I don't have my camera on a tripod. I'm on selfie mode, and it's hard to hold my hand up for this length of time. So anyway, I have messed around with my channel name a few times. So if you've been here before, I had called it Canadian Prairie Mama before, because I live on the Canadian prairies. Pretty easygoing. But then I thought, I'm not sure if it just was kind of a name I made up on the fly. It wasn't one that I really loved. And then I recently kind of tweaked it and changed it to just like Canadian Prairie Bird Mom, because we have birds. We have lots of birds. We have parrots, like we have cockatiels, budgies, conures, Senegal, that kind of thing. And, you know, I'm a bird mom, but I'm also a mom. Now, mind you, my daughter is 21. She's an adult, but still living at home. But nonetheless, I'm a bird mom and I'm a mom. But even that didn't really stick. But then I was reading something last night on a blog I read online about a parent had said basically that due to not having a great father figure in his life growing up, that, you know, now that he's an adult and a parent, he says sometimes he doesn't know what he's doing. And I thought, you know, that kind of sums me up too. Like, not only did I not have great parenting roles when I was growing up, but never mind, even if I did, do any of us really truly know what we're doing as parents? Like, do we really have it all together? I mean, I'm not going to profess to be an expert as a housewife, a cook. I'm certainly not as a mother. Even though I've been a mother for 21 years. My daughter's over 21 years old now, so if you count the 21 years plus the 9 months of pregnancy, even though I've had all that experience with her, I'm still no expert. And some days I do still feel like I'm winging it. And so that's the name I decided to go with, was Every Day I'm Winging It. Because, first of all, I'm a bird mom. Wings, birds, that kind of thing. And I love flamingos, so of course that's another bird thing. But also just the idea that even after all these years, that as a housewife and as a mom, I often still feel like I'm winging it because I'm no expert. I don't know if there is one out there that can say, you know, whether you've had one child, 12, whether you've been a parent for 6 months or 6 years or 16 years. None of us have it all together all the time or have all the answers. So every day I'm winging it. Some days I feel like I have it all together, but not very often. So that is basically the long version of why, if you're coming to this channel and you think, I didn't subscribe to somebody with the name Every Day I'm Winging It. Well, yeah, you did. You subscribed to me when I was a Canadian Prairie Mama. So now that's still me. I haven't changed. That's still me, but that explains the channel name, because now I finally feel like I have a channel name that makes sense for me. So anyway, it is 11:55 a.m. As I said, I've already had the fellow over that's going to be doing the painting. I've already had a consultation with him. I've already had a doctor's appointment. I've been puttering around a little bit in the kitchen trying to get the dishwasher loaded as best I can. And I have other things I need to do too. I need to get my daughter to work this afternoon. She works at 4, so I'll run her over there in a couple hours. But in the meantime, I'm working on laundry. I need to take some recycling out to the bin out back. I need to water my little garden and my flower bed, which I may quickly show you. And just little things. I need to keep working on laundry. I may have already said that. Taking some hamburger out to thaw so I can make taco salad for supper tonight. I have to package up a bag of garbage to take outside too. So just, I'll bring you with me on some of my little adventures or misadventures today. Anyway, let me just put you on pause and we will join you again in a little bit. Okay, this is the backyard. I really wanted lilacs in my yard. And so last summer we bought 4 plants. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And lo and behold, one of them is actually blooming. Now, lilac bushes usually are quite a bit taller than this. They've only been planted a year ago, but still I have lilacs in my yard. I'm so excited. So here's my little garden. It's not much. The big thing now is going to be trying to keep it weeded. That great big thing you see at the back there, that is my raspberry bush. It's gone nuts. I planted it a few years ago. This plant over here is called a gooseberry plant. Just got that. These 2 little bird statues were given to me by a lady I worked with. She just actually passed away last week from cancer, but she gave those to me about a year or so ago. She knew I like birds, so I put them in my garden. They can watch over my garden for me. This plant was my daughter's choosing. It's a watermelon plant. I believe this one is going to be cucumbers, 2 varieties of tomatoes. This one will be zucchini. This is my rhubarb plant. I've already had that a couple years. It's growing like crazy. And this is another one my daughter picked out, pumpkin plant. So we'll see how well things grow back here. Not sure how well that'll go, but hopefully it'll be okay. Back of the house, window on that is my daughter's room. That is the kitchen window. Take you around front. All these containers are from the plants. They're plastic, so they're recyclable. I need to rinse them all out and get them in the recycling bin. And then I need to water my flowers. It's getting very warm here. This is my flower bed. Pretty back-breaking work trying to get all this planted. Don't know if those solar lights are any good or not. We've had them for quite a while. I'll have to see tonight if they're actually glowing or if they don't have any life left in them. And then this is a peony over here. It came with the house. And then we've got a bunch of flower pots lining my stairs. Lots of petunias, impatiens, mostly all annuals, some pansies. Got a planter there with flamingos on it. And one over here with cardinals. So yeah, it's supposed to be a very warm week. So I'm going to get these watered now and give them a bit of a drink because we haven't had much rain. So I'm going to get all this watered and then get on with some work on the inside of the house. Hi, Cricket. Are you talking to everybody? Who are you talking to? It's too close and you're boring. Are you trying to segue to my next part of my video? Is that what you're trying to do? Are you trying to make a segue? Oh, she almost fell over. And how about you, Bo? How about you? What do you got to say? You guys are goofy. You are a strange pair, you two. Hi, let's try this again. It is now Sunday. I started this video on Wednesday. This is what I mean when I say every day I'm winging it, because that attempt at a vlog on Wednesday, I mean, I'll still include that footage in this, but it's now 4 days later. The rest of that day went down the drain, down the toilet very quickly. There was some family issues that came up here, and it just was not a good rest of the day at all. So I aborted filming for the rest of that day. And then Thursday and Friday I worked. And by the time I'm done my shift at work, I just wasn't up for doing much of anything, unless I was doing like a grocery haul or something like that, then that would be different. And then yesterday I was off, although I was offered a shift at work, but I was tired after 2 days of work, so I didn't take it. And I could have probably filmed some yesterday. I was doing some decluttering down in the basement. The basement's where I sleep. But there's a lot of extra stuff down there. Like the half of the room is the computer room and the other half is where I sleep. My husband's dressers and stuff, obviously, like they're still down there. Like there's a clothes closet and there's stuff too. But I was trying to get him to do some decluttering, like on the top of his dresser, and just like different things, like just a lot of clutter. And it needs to be dusted down there, which I still didn't quite get to. But getting him to declutter yesterday was interesting. The stuff he wanted to hang on to, I mean, it wasn't a lot of clutter, but a lot of it was just stuff that didn't make sense to me at all. So in the end, I didn't win. Some of the things I thought were complete garbage did stay, but nonetheless, we at least got some stuff kind of reorganized. I was trying to consolidate all of my, like in the next room beside the room where I sleep and is a computer room, there's two rooms to the right of that. One is a laundry room and one is like the furnace room. And the furnace room is where there's some amount of storage. And in that room is where all the Christmas stuff is, and the bins of Halloween stuff and Easter stuff. And each one, like each holiday, has its own bin or box. And I was hoping, after buying all that different stuff from HomeSense for Easter, I knew it was going to be tight, trying to keep everything in one container for Easter. But I thought, well, if I could consolidate it all into one, that'd be great. Well, that didn't work. But nonetheless, even though it's not in one container, it is at least a little more neatly packed in the two containers. And then it was like trying to make room. Like I knew one box already was safely on the shelf, but then it was making room for the other bin the second container. And there was a small set of 4-drawer like rolling cart thing there that had childhood toys of my daughter. She's 21. Like these were things she played with when she was 5. So then it was like getting her down to sort through it. I didn't think she'd want to keep much of anything out there, but I was wrong. I forgot she has pack rat tendencies. She wanted to keep about half of it, but she did get rid of about half. So that's not too bad. And these are like small things, like strawberry shortcake type things, Littlest Pet Shop type things, like little toys. So they're not huge, but enough that I was able to empty out those drawers. Now I can use those drawers again for something else. Maybe I'll use them to put all like the packages of birdseed or whatever in, like for this guy and some of the other birds. I'm not sure. But then the problem is, where am I going to put that cart? Because I now filled that spot where it was with another box. And that's good, because that cart was kind of tucked in a corner that was very hard to get to. So if I want to put anything in that cart that we use regularly, like bird food dishes, bird seed supplies, that kind of thing, then it can't be in the corner that it was before, because that's not accessible on a regular basis. So I have to figure out a spot to put that. So I got my husband to do a little bit of tidying. He didn't really declutter like I thought he would, like I hoped he would, but he helped tidy a little bit. So that's good. My daughter did declutter a little bit, but she got caught up in all the childhood memories stuff and the stuff we found and uncovered. It was interesting. Lots of stuff anyway. So I probably could have filmed some of that, except that I was extremely frustrated when it was going on because I wasn't making headway as fast as I wanted to. And especially with my husband resisting somewhat, I don't think that would have made very good footage because I was very frustrated. So now we're out to Sunday. After we did that yesterday, I had to run out to Lowe's because our bathroom is a hot mess, and the humidity in the bathroom caused the ceiling to peel pretty badly. So we're getting it painted, and that's supposed to be taking place today. So we had to quickly run to Lowe's yesterday to get some paint chips. Got one that we think is a good batch, so that's great. And then he was supposed to come this morning. Like, my husband had to go to work at 9 something, which is a little bit later than normal for him on a Sunday, but whatever. He left, and then I drove my daughter to work at 9, and I was like, oh, I have the house to myself, except for the fact the painters were coming at 10. Well, I get a message saying he's not coming because his grandson, who is his helper, apparently was calling in sick. He worked outside yesterday in the heat and thinks he has heat stroke. You guys, I've been waiting to get this bathroom done for many, many, many months, if not more. So this is frustrating. Anyway, we texted back and forth, and in the end, it was agreed that they would still come this afternoon around 3. But at first I was like, you have to be kidding me. Like, I've been waiting for ages to get this bathroom cleaned up. And in the meantime, my boss called me and offered me a shift for today. I don't even know what time it was what time the shift was, because by that point, the painter had gotten back to me and said that they would come at 3. So there was no point in me even asking my boss, well, what time is the shift? Because obviously now, had they come at 10 this morning, being that for today's bit of work, they're just scraping the ceiling and putting some kind of some type of compound on the drywall to repair it on the ceiling. It's only supposed to be a few hours, today's portion. Had it been like an later afternoon shift, and had they come at 10 o'clock this morning, I probably could have gone to work this afternoon. But I didn't even bother asking what time the shift was because by that point, he had gotten a hold of his grandson, who is his helper, and he just said, okay, fine, we can still do it today, but just not till like 3 o'clock. So I knew that there's no point then of even saying, oh, what time is the shift you want me to work? Because if they're starting at 3, they're not going to be done till like 6 or so. And then, the store is only open. My work is only open for a couple more hours after that. So odds are they're not going to want me from 6 to 9 or whatever. So I lost a shift all over this as well, because they should have been here at 10 o'clock this morning. It's technically a one-man job. He could have done it himself, except that he just came off of rotator cuff surgery a while back. And this past week, he was just cleared for driving. So he just started physio this past week. So he can't extend his arm out to the side yet, and he certainly can't have his arms above his head yet. So that's why he needs a helper. His grandson is in his 20s. He's supposed to be helping him, and all was scheduled for today. All was good. But actually, it was supposed to be the whole weekend originally, but then the grandson took another job, and that took yesterday out of the equation, which that's fine. I could have maybe worked yesterday, but I was tired after having worked the previous 2 days, so no problem. That's not their fault. But then we're at least going to get started today. And then hearing that this morning he's calling in sick. Now, he said he feels he has heat stroke because of working in the heat yesterday outside. I don't know. But at any rate, it's been sorted out. They're coming. It is 11:30, so I have 3.5 hours. So right now, I'm having to rewash a load of laundry in the washer because it sat in there for almost 2 days, so it's starting to get a little smelly. So I'm going to go fold a load of laundry in the dryer, and then I can transfer that one into the wash, or from the wash into the dryer. And I've got a couple more loads I can wash too. So I'll be working on that today and doing a little bit of other puttering around the house until they get here. And even while they're here, because I don't have any choice. I have to be here while they're here. So I'll obviously have to just work at home today around the house because I can't go anywhere. So anyway, and somebody in the background here has been trying to get my attention, which is another part of the everyday I'm winging it thing, because we have lots of wings in this house, lots of little birdies. And he likes to be the center of attention. And when he's not, actually, he's being very decently behaved right now. Usually when he wants attention, he lets you know about it in no uncertain terms. He'll even go into his food dish and just throw food all over the living room floor. But hey, I'm home all day anyway, so I guess he might as well dump his food out. I have nothing better to do than housework today, right? Anyway, I don't know where this is going to end up going, if I'll film some of the housework I have to do or what, but eventually I will get this video uploaded. once I get some purpose to it. But I just want to let you know that's why I didn't finish the vlog on Wednesday and why we're now resuming on Sunday, because it's been a bit of a crazy few days around here. Lots of, do you want this shift? No, 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 I need a day off. Oh, the painters are coming tomorrow. No, they're not. Do you want this shift? No, the painters are coming. Like, round and round and round we go. And driving my daughter to and from work. And that's what I mean. Every day I'm winging it. I'm a creature of habit. I like routine. I like structure. I don't like these last minute changes, but this is my life. I mean, all three of us in this house basically work like rotating days off. Well, my husband's officially rotating days off. Whereas my daughter and I, we just simply don't have set days off. We just work whatever days and shifts we're given. But it's like, yeah, I'm constantly winging it because for somebody who likes routine and structure, I don't have it. I have to be flexible because this is my life. So anyway, I'm going to get to work and get some stuff done around here. My arm is killing me trying to hold this up. I need to get a tripod or something. And I will see you in the next clip, whatever that may be. It might be housework. It might not be till Monday. Who knows? Hopefully it'll still be today. I'll get a little bit more footage in and make this something that I can upload. We'll talk to you guys in a bit. All right, time to unload and reload the dishwasher. Now the birds hear my voice. They're gonna probably start squawking, but that's okay. It is just about noon. 3 hours till those guys get here to do the work this afternoon in the bathroom or to get started. Might as well get some work done around the house if I can. Okay. Probably just going to put some of these up here on the stovetop for now. Probably after. Oh, this should have been in the dishwasher. Lovely. And nobody wiped the stovetop down last night. That's great. Well. Put these pots all here for the time being. Only in a bit. Make sure there's no water trapped in any of the lids. Oh, there's some there. There's always some. Okay, that's done. There's water in there still. I need to decide what I'm making for supper. Kind of fallen off the meal train wagon a little bit here. Or not meal train, but meal plan wagon. I don't have a meal plan for this week. And that means I don't have meat thawed out for supper tonight. And as I'm the only one here, because I think my husband works till 5:30 and my daughter works till 6, I guess it really is on me this time to get it done. I mean, it usually is anyway. I do most of the cooking, but every once in a while I might be able to get somebody else in the house to do a bit of it. But at this time, well, I'm the only one here. The majority of the time it's me anyway, but occasionally when somebody else does it, it's a nice treat. But today will not be that day. Hot here. Probably around 90 or so Fahrenheit, I'm guessing. I'm not sure, like we go by Celsius here in Canada. It's definitely been in the high 30s Celsius the last few days, which is normal summer weather for us, but that's more like normal July weather. For it to be June 6 and be this hot already is very unusual. So definitely been a little bit of a heat wave. I mean, our winters are long, so you know, that's the problem. You never want to complain about heat around here because our winters are so long and we're always lamenting, like, when's winter going to leave? We want summer. But then the thing is, the Canadian prairies, especially, Canada in general, I guess, but especially the prairies where I am, you never ease into a season, any season. It's full-on winter or full-on summer virtually overnight. It's not a happy medium. Like, we just launch right into whatever season it is. We don't usually ease into it. Very, very seldom. Easing into it would be kind of nice. Because literally, it was literally just a week ago that we were having frost here. And I had waited until after, like, basically last weekend or start of this past week to plant my flowers. I was going to do it the week previous, a week ago, but I didn't because I saw the forecast was for 3 straight nights of frost, so I waited. So here we are a week later, and we're basically around, you know, in the 90s Fahrenheit or 100 with some humidity to boot, and we're melting here basically. So it's like we've gone, you know, virtually overnight from freezing our tails off to a complete and total heat wave. Now where, I don't know where, oh there's the lid. Couldn't find the lid for this one plastic dish. I think somehow or other it got separated. And I think the lid got washed in the dishwasher a little previous, where the dish was still floating around in the house without a lid. And this is not going on. All the other sides are snapping into place, but not this one. There we go. Wondering where the lid had gotten to, or if it grew legs, or what the deal was. Okay, there we go. Now, cutlery, and then I can reload. I guess I probably, before I started this, I probably should have just gone and taken some meat out of the freezer. That is my problem with meal planning. If I don't, that is why I do make a meal plan usually, because otherwise I'm sitting here on the day off going, well, what am I going to make? I didn't take any meat out of the freezer to thaw. And I do not like thawing meat out in the microwave because it half cooks it. I guess some things you can put in water, but at the moment I cannot do that because my dishes, my 2 sinks are full of dirty dishes, which is why this needs to be unloaded so I can reload it, and then I can actually put a tray of ground beef or a tray of chicken breasts in water in the sink. But currently I cannot because my sinks both have dirty dishes. So it's like a never-ending thing of, but first, you know, I want to do this, I need to do that, but first I need to do this. And it's like, it's a never-ending string of, that's why I say every day I'm winging it, because it's like constantly, there's a lady, a customer I had at work the other day, and I was taking a look at her t-shirt. She was wearing a lanyard. And I realized, I was taking a bit of a look at it, I realized it said, always be kind, which I totally believe in that sentiment, and I say it all the time. Especially on my Facebook page, I say it all the time. But at first I had to do double take because first I thought it said, always behind. And I thought, man, that's me. Always behind. Like that. I mean, I try to stay on task, and I try to have, like, everything's on my calendar, so I know what's coming as far as appointments and work shifts and stuff. But I do work 2 jobs, and I do the majority of the cooking and cleaning here at home. And so I do often feel like I'm always behind. Especially when I start a vlog on Wednesday, and then things go silly in the family and stuff happens, and, you know, I can't pick up the camera to vlog again for 4 days. Obviously there's a problem. Obviously I'm struggling a little bit. I mean, life happens, and that's fine, but it is never a dull moment around here. Sometimes I wish I had a dull moment or two. Actually, this isn't even that big of a dishwasher load. This isn't that bad at all. Just lots of glasses and stuff that need to go in here. A few plates. It's not a full load by any means, but I just want to get my sinks emptied out so I can look at putting some meat in there. I'm thinking I might take a couple of trays of chicken breasts out and thaw them. One I might cut up and make into sweet and sour chicken. And then the other I might just do in like a marinade and cook them in the oven or something. Only because I know my daughter does not like sauces and spices. So chances are she probably won't like the sweet and sour. So if I have some other ones that I can just do like with a sprinkle some spice on and bake them in the oven, or marinate them, she tends to like that. Whereas me opening up a can of VH1 sauce, the sweet and sour, I really do like that on mine. Okay, that is good for now. Oh, this guy here, I said it needed to go. Okay, there, that's not that bad. Okay, now, where are we at here? Okay, so oh yes, my kit. This is a pet peeve. This one I emptied the other day, but this is a pet peeve. I keep telling my family, empty these. All that gunk, all that used like dead food or whatever it's in there, they're emptied in the garbage. And I mean, literally, like nobody does. That's just gross. It's sitting there. It's gonna smell. It's going to smell or attract a bug or something in the drain. Like, why? Just put it in there already. That, and I need to find a home for my rolling pins. I have a cupboard downstairs in the basement in the laundry room, and that is where I have a lot of the extra bags of birdseed and stuff. And I'm thinking that if I were to use those carts, as that cart that I was talking about to put all the bird stuff, like the extra dishes and birdseed, maybe I could take that cupboard. That won't even fill the whole cupboard, but I could put my rolling pins up there, because I really don't have, like this drawer. I used to have the one wooden rolling pin in there, but now I have a flamingo one and a Christmas one, plus I have that marble one. I wanted a marble one because I wanted the weight of it, but unfortunately my daughter bought it for me for Christmas. She bought me one that does not have handles, and so it does have the weight that I want, but I'm having trouble using it because I need a handle to grip when I'm rolling stuff. So I got to figure that out. But I'm thinking if I make room in that cupboard downstairs, I can put those away down there, because I don't use them a lot. And then that way the bird stuff will go elsewhere and the rolling pins will have a home instead of sitting on my counter taking up what precious counter space I have. We'll see. Anyway, I got to go fold that load of laundry now. Okay, on to folding a load of laundry. Oh, my goodness. There's never a shortage of stuff that has to be done around the house, is there? Ever. I'm going to fold them on top of the washer. That's my usual. I don't have a separate counter or anything to fold them on. Washer and dryer are kind of across the room from each other, so that will be fine. I don't usually, I taught my daughter, she's 21, I taught my daughter at like 13 or 14 the basics of how to do laundry. Now we've since this year changed washer and dryers, so like got new ones, but nonetheless, still pretty simple. Actually, this is almost as simple as the other one, if not more so. But I still do everybody's laundry, usually. So, and I've got them sorted, typically, into loads of darks or colors, usually light colors, like my husband's uniform shirts are light blue, and so I put a lot of other colors, like colors, in there with, except for the exception of reds, because I'm always afraid that even though anything red we've had a while and they've been washed before, I'm still afraid they're still going to bleed. So I still typically try and make enough of a load of reds to make a small load. And my daughter likes green very much, like a lot of neon green. And sometimes I do a load of just greens, but I don't have a big enough load to really worry about making just a load of greens right now. So I think I'll probably just put those in the next dark load. Again, I could put those in like a light color load because it's green, it's a color. But some of them, there's one hoodie that she has that's more of a darker green, and I'm afraid that might bleed still. So, in this load that's in the washer, there's it's all light colors, but I also have my sheets for my bed in there. Didn't feel like doing a separate load just for those. They're like a light purple, kind of purpley gray. They fit right in with the light colors. It's amazing how far behind I'm getting on some things. Like, I somehow or other am still managing to keep that chore of dusting in the next room at the bottom of the list. Even though, like, I'm allergic to dust and it bugs me, and I know it's bad. And by the way, last weekend I was supposed to, one of the things I wanted to do last weekend was spring clean my china cabinet and have the family help me move all the dishes from the dining room to the kitchen so I could run them through the dishwasher and then dust in the china cabinet. That's a big job because there's lots of little knickknacks and ornaments in there too. Didn't happen. I lost an entire day last weekend because I was sick on Saturday. Spent the whole day in bed. And then, yeah. And then this weekend I've had the weekend off, but yesterday was running around getting those paint chips and the decluttering in this basement. And I mean, there's still more. Like, right beside, I don't know how much you can see because I have the camera positioned a certain way. But right in here, right beside the washer, is a crawl space. And it is crammed full. It's bins. It's all pretty neatly organized. A couple of them are large bins of my daughter's stuffed animals that she has not been able to part with. I think she kind of wants to go through them now. But again, when she goes through them, she ends up keeping 3/4 of it anyway. But there's also a lot of stuff in there that belongs to my husband. From, like, previous jobs when he used to run a gas station several years ago. And I think some stuff from his dad that passed away too, which is, like, that stuff's understandable. The stuff from, like his current job, he's been at for more than 15 years. So the stuff from, like, a previous career, like, years ago, the bins and bins of papers from, like, that's almost 20 years old, like, I don't know. We're in a 2-bedroom bungalow. One of the bedrooms upstairs we turned into a dining room because we don't have a room in the kitchen to make it really an eat-in kitchen. So so we've lost a bedroom. That's why I sleep down here. That's why my bedroom space is in the basement. Space is a premium in a house this small. That's why, like, you probably can't see where the camera is, but the rolling cart I was talking about is over here. Like, it's just sitting in the middle of the room right now in front of the rabbit cage because I don't know where to put it. I know what can go in there. I know that the stuff for the birds will go in there and it will store everything nicely. But where to put it? Somebody save me from this house, please. Like, save me from this house. It's not a bad house, but it's older. Needs a lot more upkeep. I need to go blow my nose. My nose is running. I don't know if it's the dust or what it is, but allergy season. It's like, welcome to allergy season, everyone. Okay. I guess, still haven't taken that meat out of the freezer. I came directly down here. Once I get the loads transferred, one into the dryer, then I'll take the meat out. I'll probably just take 2 trays of chicken breasts out. I'll make one for sweet and sour and one. I could make it as the other one, like cut it up and make it as taco chicken meat. I could do that. But I don't know if that's really their favorite or not. We did regular, like, beef taco salad the other night, and that was good. But maybe I'll just do one thing of chicken and one of ground beef. And the ground beef I can make into the old standby spaghetti, or maybe I can make it into porcupine meatballs. My daughter loves those. That would be something to film, but whether or not I want to add it to this marathon video or not, I don't know. We'll see. There's like a loose thread coming off these pants of hers for work. What's up with that? Well, I don't have scissors down here. I'll probably see them the next time she puts them on, and I'll be chasing her around the house with scissors to try and cut the thread off. That's okay. I don't have scissors in this room. This load is almost done. I don't know why I procrastinate. I should have just simply... Who else procrastinates like this? This load was done, was dried Friday sometime. I could have easily, which is when I think I washed those clothes Friday morning, I want to say, or Friday afternoon. Maybe I had the timer set for Friday evening. I don't know, but at any rate, it wasn't yesterday. That's why I knew that it was over a day, probably closer to a day and a half. That's why I rewashed them so they don't smell. But however long this little clip is of me folding the laundry, really, obviously, is not taking that desperately long. So why I procrastinate? I don't know. The washing and the drying, like folding laundry or sorting laundry, no big deal. Throwing it in the washer, simple. Throwing it in the dryer, no problem. Other than when it's like delicate stuff and I need to, the delicate stuff I only dry them for like 15 minutes or so on low, and then I hang them up in the bathroom to dry. But other than that, it's very simple. It's the folding and putting away that is my arch nemesis. And I don't know why I struggle so much with that. Okay, lots of socks to be done here. Socks are fun. Oh, one of my sports bras. That would be mine. A little ratty looking, actually. I think I might need to retire this one soon. Maybe. Okay, that. Lots of just black stuff. My husband wears a lot of black t-shirts, has to wear black socks with his plain black shoes for work. And if my daughter's not wearing lime green, she's in black. She finally recently bought a few things that had color, like actually some red hoodies and some, but I miss the days when she would wear pink or whatever. I mean, it's not that she's not girly, because she is, but it's more, I don't know, just her color preferences have changed. She's a lime green and black kind of girl. Not black as in like goth, because she doesn't do the goth look, but just, I don't know if it's because she thinks it's a slimming thing and she needs that, which she really doesn't. She looks fine. Or if it's just a preference, but it's like, okay, you've got dark hair down the middle of your back, and other than at work you wear it down, where at work she has to have a ponytail. I was like, we're entering in the heat of the summer. It's been like 100 degrees Fahrenheit the last few days, and you're running around with medium brown hair, dark brown hair down to the middle of your back, not in a ponytail, but down, wearing hoodies, and not just hoodies, but dark colored hoodies. And I'm like, you're going to melt. You're not just wearing hoodies, but you're wearing the darkest color hoodie possible. Or should I say bunny hug? I grew up in the province of Saskatchewan, and there we call hoodies bunny hugs. So, anyway. But you're wearing not only a hoodie, which is like the warmest thing you can wear, short of like a parka, but you're wearing the darkest color you can, like dark red or black or whatever, and your long dark hair is down. You're going to melt. It's 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Like, I don't get it. But, I mean, she's 21. I can't make her do any different, and that's fine. If she's comfortable, she's comfortable. But it's like, and I don't think it's that she's naturally cold. It's just, she's just different. She's just a goof. She does not get that from me. It's got to be from her dad, which is not my husband. It's my ex-husband. So any weirdness does not come from me. Not at all. And if you believe that, well, you probably shouldn't, but you can if you choose. Okay, that load of dryer or laundry is actually folded. And why did I put it off so long? Okay, I'm going to put hers in a basket. His on his dresser. I'll be right back, and then I can throw this other load in the or in the dryer rather. I think I might do the small load of reds next, but what I need though, I need to get the shower curtain and bath mat out of the bathroom because they have a lot of red in them, and that would go well in that load. Alright, so I'll clean the lint trap, and then I'm going to throw that load in the dryer. And I can't really start the red load yet because I got to go get that out of the bathroom to add to it. And then I might as well take the chicken upstairs and get it started thawing out before I forget again, because it's already 12:30, so. Alright. Bed sheets. some pink. That yellow hoodie of hers, that's her Saskatchewan hoodie. Or it actually says bunny hug on it. And it explains that it's what a bunny hug means. But basically the rest of the world calls it a hoodie. But to us, it's a bunny hug. Or to me. Because, well, she didn't grow up there. She was actually born in Ontario. But her grandparents, my ex's parents, lived in Saskatchewan, so we would always go back and visit. Because I still have a lot of friends in my hometown, and her grandparents lived there, so we spent enough time in Saskatchewan that it was home too. And she spent 6 months when she turned 18 after graduation living with her grandparents up there too. So it's home in some ways as well. I have a small load of whites going as well, but I don't think it's ready to go. It's just I do have a sports bra that has a stain on there that I already washed and it did not come out. So I'm going to make a small load of whites later, and I'm going to put bleach in the load. Try and get it out. I don't bleach much, but pure white stuff I will. And this is the one thing about this washer. It is a very deep basin, and I'm short. Okay, I'll start the dryer. Be a big load, but it's okay. And then I'll go get that bath mat and shower curtain and add that, and that should do it. Another lengthy clip. And there's my bunny. Hi, Floyd. He's not saying much. He's quiet. He's the quietest one in the house. Okay, time to go take that meat out of the freezer. Where are we going here? Oh, but then I gotta get into the freezer. This is all from the decluttering yesterday. That's all Christmas stuff. The boxes to about there, and then down is Christmas. On a couple of my daughter's old toys. Pet carrier. I'd like to get a container or something that stands, that I can put these guys in all and like stand them upright. Like stand them vertically in. Something like that. That's what I would like to do. Yeah, I gotta organize that yet. Suitcases. I want to put that away. My husband's backpack is sitting in the middle of the floor. I want to put it in one of the suitcases. A lot of my jams and stuff are in here. All my canning. A lot of it is jam from last year still. I think that is going to be, that one is my fall decoration box now. It's one of the 2 Halloween boxes, or some of my jams. Some of these things are like pictures and like school boxes back there that are my daughter's from when she was in school. Anyway, I just need to basically stop procrastinating. I need to get into the freezer, get some meat out, and get on with the rest of the day. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, decided to go with some boneless skinless chicken breasts. I think I'll make some sweet and sour chicken out of those. And then I got some beef steaks here. I don't know how to use our barbecue. I don't even know how much propane there is. So I think as much as it's a warm day and I don't want to use the oven, I think I'll just put some barbecue sauce on them or some steak spice on them and put them in the oven. That'll be fine. Good enough. Peel up some potatoes to go with. I mean, it's a warm day, but then again, it also is very cloudy, so maybe we'll finally get some much needed rain. I don't know. That's my little garden over there. Let's see. We've kind of been in drought conditions here. We haven't had a ton of rain, although we did get some last night finally. So we'll see what happens. I'll let this stuff sit in the water. I'll probably do sweet and sour chicken. I have to double check if I have sweet and sour sauce. I think they do. And if not, I'll have to make it in a different kind. And then the steaks I'll put in the oven. I've got air conditioning in the house, so if running the oven heats the house up, which it will, I'll just turn the air on after. Okay, so behind that door, that is my bathroom. Behind that door, it is now 4:47 p.m. It's 2:30. The painter and his grandson have been here and they have started the work in the bathroom. They have been scraping all the gunk down off the ceiling, and that part is done. And now they're working on doing like a drywall type compound to make sure, like kind of mudding the ceiling to make sure that there's any issues or any damage up there is repaired. And then possibly later this week they'll come back and do a second coat of that if need be. Hopefully it won't be necessary, and then following that will be painting. So nothing will happen now until next weekend, which at that time it'll either be a second coat of that mudding if it's needed, or if it's not needed, then it'll be painting time. So finally it got started. It didn't get started this morning like it was supposed to, but it's underway now. Thankfully, I've seen it already. It doesn't look too bad in there. I mean, even with the stuff scraped off the ceiling, as kind of ucky and patchy as it looks in there, it's a lot better than what it was. I know I didn't bother showing you the before of how bad it was, but that's just because, I mean, I know as much as I like to think nobody will judge, at the same time, it is an embarrassment. It is an eyesore. So now I need to get busy. I have to pick my daughter up from work in an hour and 10 minutes. So right now I'm going to work on starting to fry up some chicken. I've already cut up the pieces, the chicken breasts into chunks, so I'm going to work on doing that, and I'm probably going to do some sweet and sour chicken with that, and got the sauce right here. So that's my plan right now. So I'm going to do next. So I'm not sure how much more filming I'll be able to do right this minute because I don't know when they're going to come out of the bathroom and need to talk to me, but I'm going to get started working on the chicken. Oops, uh-oh, get that off the burner. Right away we got a little mess happening. Not be on there. I know it's a hot surface. I'm just trying to get that a quick wipe. There we go. Okay, now let's get this chicken ready to go. I don't think it should take too long to cook this chicken up, but at the same time I think it was like 5 chicken breasts or 6. So it's a decent sized pan of meat here to do. I do have those steaks thawed out too. I'm hoping to maybe convince my husband to do them on the barbecue when he gets home. That would be helpful. If not, I can do them in the oven, but I'd rather not turn my oven on a hot day if I can avoid it. Yes, you can hear my birds all going silly in the next room. They're all very vocal, especially with 2 guys in here doing work in the bathroom. They know there's a stranger in the house, and so they're not real thrilled with that. But plus, it's the middle of the day, so they're birds. It's their time of day to sing and squawk and make noise. Just checked our cockatiels. They're on eggs, and they are now up to 6 eggs. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if they're fertile or not. Last year they laid 5 or 6 eggs as well, and only 1 hatched, so only 1 was fertile. And unfortunately the baby didn't live because the parents rejected the baby and threw it out of the nest. We took the baby to the vet and learned how to hand feed it, like the string feed it, but it had to be done like every 2 hours around the clock. And you know, even an experienced bird breeder, which we are not, can sometimes struggle with hand rearing to keep them alive, especially when they're only like 2 days old. And the baby only lived like another day or so, and you know, despite our best efforts, despite the coaching by the vet and giving it like the formula and everything, it only lived a couple days. So poor little thing did not survive. So I'm hoping this year, if any of the eggs are fertile and they hatch, I'm hoping this time the parental instincts kick in and these guys actually know what to do with this time, and they don't reject the babies, and they feed the babies like they're supposed to. Not that we need more birds in the house. We have a house full, but you know, you can't stop them from mating and laying. If they're going to lay eggs, they're going to lay eggs. So some of they may not be fertile, they may be duds, and that's fine. But if they are fertile and something hatches, then I hope that they know what they're doing this time, because last year it was not good. They did not, it was their first time having babies, and they did not know, they didn't know what to do. So hopefully this time the parental instincts will take over, if there's anything that actually is fertile and hatches. If that does happen, it'll probably be another week or two. I think the gestation is about 3 weeks, and it's been about a week now, or is it 2? I can't remember, since they started laying. So we'll see. Anywhere from another week to 2 weeks before they start hatching, if anything is going to. Okay, so I'm going to keep letting this cook for now. I'll come back to you shortly here. And steaks are ready to roll too. Hopefully he can put those on the barbecue, or else I'll have to do them in the oven if not. Okay, I got the juices drained off the chicken, and now we've added the sauce. Actually, I think there's a sweet and sour stir fry. This one actually says sweet and sour marinade, but whichever, I've used either one, and they're both fine. So, just gonna get this going. Oops, this piece escaped out of the pan. All right, so that's it for there. Just gonna let the sauce absorb a little bit, let this simmer. That's the progress so far. That's more laundry downstairs. I think that's probably ready to fold too, but I'm not going to leave my stove unattended right now. I'll deal with that in a bit. Okay, this is where we're at after day 1 of repairs. Again, I didn't show you guys the before because I just was embarrassed by how bad it was. The ceiling was flaking really badly. They scraped that down, and they've used kind of this drywall compound mud, whatever, to do the ceiling, to go over all that. They're gonna have to come back one evening this week and do a second coat, and then they're also going over that, any like flaws in the wall with the same thing. And so I already had a few flaws up there as well. And yeah, so that's where we're at after day 1. We're doing it in kind of a cream color. Like basically we're doing it in the color that is our walls currently out here. I don't know how well that translates in this lighting, but we're going to do that in the bathroom. We could have done whatever color we wanted, but there are a few spots, like you can see up there, some holes, a couple little extra nail holes up above on either side, and some holes down here that need to be filled. So we're just going to do the bathroom in that color, because then they can do some patching of these other little things. With, you know, if we do it that way, they can patch these other spots out here. So we're going to use the hall color for the bathroom, and use whatever's left to patch these little holes that need to be filled. So that's where we're at. This is day 1. Thankfully that part is, day 1 is done. To me the ceiling already looks a lot better just with that, because it was flaking and peeling really badly. That's where we're at. Barbecue's fired up. We're gonna get the steaks on there. I'm just gonna get my potatoes on to boil, and that should be about it for right now. It's almost 6:30, so got my girl home from work. Now I'm on to continuing to make supper. And of course the medicine chest will have to come down. They're going to come back and do another coat of this one night this week, and the next weekend will be the actual painting. Okay, it is now 6:40. The barbecue's going, the steaks are on. I just put the potatoes on to cook, on to boil. Obviously I probably should have gotten one size bigger of pot, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. It'll be good enough. So I think since I started this on Wednesday and then let it go till today, and then film multiple things today, I think it's time to wrap it up. So good enough for me anyway, because I can't keep dragging this out. It'll be a 2-hour video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe if you're new. Welcome if you are new, and I hope that you will. If you are new and you haven't subscribed yet, I hope that you will. Welcome to our crazy family, crazy bird family, especially the birds are going crazy in the next room. Yeah, please subscribe if you're new. Give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below, or let me know what other kinds of things you would like to see. I'm still very new to this, and I apologize for the camera shake. I'm not using a tripod, and my hands have always been very naturally shaky. I'm going to try and get it, either start filming with my camera and use my regular tripod for that, or get a tripod for my phone and somehow just to stabilize things a bit, because I obviously struggle with shaky hands, and I know that comes through on my videos a bit. But again, I hope to see you in the next video, and hopefully you will stick around and come back for the next one, and hope everybody has a great week. Have a good week, everybody. It's very warm here, supposed to be a warm week. Hopefully it is where you are too. Have a good week, everybody. We'll see you next time.